If you want to become magnetic, not on a surface level attractive, not socially approved, but energetically magnetic, you need to understand one thing first. Magnetic people don't try to be magnetic. They are literally obsessed with their lives, their growth, their vision, their peace. They are obsessed with it. And because their focus is inward and forward, they attract automatically. People get pulled naturally, not forced, not chased, not anything. They are simply attracted. And the reason most people don't tap into that energy is because they are too busy, they're too focused on managing other people's opinions. You're worried about being judged by people who aren't even brave enough to live authentically themselves. So you are shrinking to be digestible to them. You are filtering your personality to be accepted by them. And people out there really be thinking that that makes them likable. But actually, it makes you forgettable. Because magnetism lives in authenticity. You need to understand that. If you want to stay in someone's mind, be authentic, be yourself. Do not perform someone that you are not. Don't do that. So let's jump right into the first habit that makes you more magnetic, and it's to stop caring what people think. And I'm not talking about the fake, I don't care. No, you really need to don't care at all. Don't care. The real art of detachment. I'm talking about that. Some of you are still saying, I don't care, but they're still checking who viewed their story. They're still checking who liked their posts. They're still checking who approved their decisions. Like, this is not detachment. This is not detachment. People do really still care what other people talk about them. Why? Are they paying your bills? Are they paying anything for you? Are they doing anything for you? No. So don't care. Stop being scared of that. Stop being scared of being judged. For real. Fear keeps you small. Fear really does keep you small. Because when you truly stop caring, you start to move in a different way. You start to behave and just become something different. You don't lose a second by thinking what other people are thinking about you. For real. You post what you want, you wear what you want, you say what you mean, and you pursue what calls you, no matter what. And you are not sitting there analyzing reactions on how your decisions are impacting them. You're not doing that. And why? Because you are not living for their reaction. You're living for your fulfillment. You're living for your alignment. And the moment your life is aligned with who you are, approval becomes irrelevant. You don't even care. It's not that you don't care because you're arrogant or because you're something better than them. No. It's because you are just simply fulfilled with your personality, with yourself, with your identity. You stay firm to who you are and you are authentically you. You're not copying anyone. So habit number 2, be so focused on your own life that opinions become a background noise. You don't have time to overthink something when you are building, okay? When you are creating something for yourself. People who are deeply focused, they don't have time. They don't have time, for real. Like, they don't even really have time for themselves. Imagine if they have time to think what other people think. No, they don't spiral about perception. They don't do that. They're working, they're studying, they're creating, they're training, they're healing, they are evolving, they're doing all of this without losing 1 second about other people's out there, about their opinions. They don't care. And let me tell you something. Once someone is really focused on something, is really working onto something, they get an aura. And that aura is magnetic. It is, because you become automatically interesting. So you attract things to you naturally. If you want it or not, it's gonna happen. You can really feel it when someone is locked in on their path. So there is really no desperation. And you can feel that. There's no neediness. There is no please validate me energy. There's nothing like that. There's no pick me energy. You know what I mean? They're too busy becoming to sit around and worrying who is watching out there. And ironically, that's what makes people watch. So the less time you have, the more interesting you become. That's just how simply everything works. Like, even if you think about a limited edition, it works like that. You don't have it always, so it's interesting. Not everyone can have it. It's interesting. If you're always available, you become boring. And people who are always available are people who are not focused or are not onto something. They're not on their path. They're not pursuing their goals. They're not focused on themselves. Because someone who does, they don't have time. They don't always have time for you, and it's okay because they prioritize their goals themselves. So habit number 3, and this is something that really, really, really is important. And it's move without announcing every single move. Stop announcing your plans to people who don't even have the discipline to execute theirs. Magnetic people move in silence. You cannot read them. You don't know their next move. They don't feel the need to broadcast you every next goal, every next move they're doing, every next idea, every next step. They don't have that because they simply understand 2 basic things. And it's that not everyone wants to see you win. And this is true, guys. Not everyone wants to see you win, especially sadly, it's the close people. And the second is that energy gets diluted when shared prematurely. Keep it all by yourself. Keep it all by yourself. You don't need an applause while you're building. So don't share. Enjoy the applause once you made it, but not while you're building. They don't need to know what you're building. In that moment, while you're building, the only thing you need is focus, nothing else. Just focus on your focus. And there's actually something very, very powerful in letting people see your results instead of just intentions, you know? Silence builds presence and mystery builds magnetism. And overexposure kills both. Habit number 4, detach from validation. And I will say it 100 more times. It keeps you small. If your confidence depends on external validation, it will make you feel unsafe always. Your energy will feel unstable because you are depending on their validation. It comes from the outside, not within yourself. It's conditional. So for example, you will feel good when you are praised and you will feel bad when you are ignored. So you are giving them the power to decide on your confidence. Who are they to have that power to decide how you are feeling? That is simply emotional outsourcing, so don't do that. Magnetic people validate themselves first, no matter what. They don't wait for an applause to feel proud. No. And they also don't need everyone to understand their vision. They just simply follow themselves. They know exactly what they are doing, even though not everyone sees what they do. And that self-trust is felt energetically. Because when someone really deeply believes in themselves, they create a gravity. And people lean in. Not because you ask them to, but because certainty is attractive. Habit number 5. Understand that not everyone will like you, and that is totally fine. You don't want everyone to like you, okay? You don't want everyone to like you. Keep that here, okay? Write it on your front, like really. And accept that not everyone will like you, because this is where the most people block their magnetism. And I don't understand. Why do you want to be liked by everyone? You know what gets liked by everyone? Cheap things. Are you cheap? No, you're not. So people who do that, they're trying to be universally liked. But they need to understand that universal likability requires delusion. You have to water yourself down. Edit your opinions, soften your personality, hide your intensity. And the moment you do that, you become neutral. One thing you need to understand is that magnetic people are polarizing. Some people will love you, some people misunderstand you, and some people will be triggered by you. And the magnetic ones are okay with that. They don't care. As I said, they are not here to be there for everyone. They are here to be fully themselves and let alignment filter it for them. Rejection is not a loss. It's audience refinement. Okay? You just want the best to be with you. The ones who don't like you, you don't want them. You don't want them either. Why do you want to convince them that you are good? You don't want them either. So habit number 6, protect your energy ruthlessly. Ruthlessly. You cannot be magnetic if your energy keeps being constantly drained. How would you want to be magnetic? If you're always available, always explaining yourself, always tolerating misalignment, your aura weakens. If you want it or not, it happens. What you need to understand is that magnetic people are selective. They are selective with access, with environments, and with conversations. If it does align to them, they do not lose time with those things. And they also don't entertain with energy that feels heavy, that feels competing, that feels fake. They don't do that. They don't feed their ego, you know? They're not feeding their ego because of their own ego. No, it's not the ego that is speaking. It's the self-respect. The self-respect of just you need that energy to focus on your things, not to spread it out there on stupid thoughts or stupid energies, you know? Because your energy is currency. The more you have, the more you are rich in energy. And where you spend it determines what you attract. So don't spend it on stupid things, on stupid people. Spend it on the things that brings you forward. Habit 7. Become obsessed with your growth. You need to be obsessed with your growth. Nothing is more attractive than someone who is evolving in real time. And you can see it. You become automatically magnetic, so don't worry. Someone who is healing their patterns, someone who is leveling up their mindset, someone who is taking accountability, doing their inner work. Because growth creates depth, okay? And depth creates presence. When you are committed to become better, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, people feel that expansion. They feel it. You don't even have to say anything. It shows in how you speak, in how you walk, in how you behave, in how you respond, in how you carry yourself. Evolution radiates. So habit number 8, romanticize your own life. And believe me, it's one of the most beautiful things you can actually do. Stop waiting for external events to make your life feel special, feel exciting. Magnetic people create their own magic. They don't need to wait for anyone out there. They enjoy their routines. They take themselves out. They invest in their environment. They create beauty in small things, in small moments, because they are simply not living in lack. They are living in appreciation. And this is something so beautiful. And fullness is attractive. It's simply like that. People are drawn to those who feel fulfilled within themselves, not to those who are waiting to be completed. Habit number 9, trust your timing. You are not in a rush. You did not lose time. Everyone has its own timing. Magnetic energy requires trust, a lot of trust. Trust that what's meant for you will find you. It's a trust that what leaves will make you space. And trust that delays are alignment and not denial. And always remember that desperation repels. You see when someone is desperate. You feel it as well. When you chase force back, your energy contracts. So you have to imagine it like a magnet, okay? If you want something and what you want is a plus and you're giving too much, it's moving away, right? So if you are a minus and what you want is a plus, it will be attracted automatically to you. It's just simply how it works. But the thing is, when you trust, when you truly believe, you automatically relax. You attract. You allow things to come to you. You stay focused on your path instead of being obsessed over the outcomes. And that calm certainty is deeply magnetic. It simply signals that you know exactly what's for you and that it will not miss you, because you can feel it. So habit number 10, stop abandoning yourself to be accepted. This is the core of everything. And I will repeat that until it's in your head. Every time you silence your truth, you edit your personality, or you shrink your goals, or also, for example, stay quiet to avoid judgment, you are abandoning yourself. And self-abandoning weakens your presence. Because, as I said, magnetism comes from self-alignment, from standing fully who you are, even if it makes others feel uncomfortable. Especially if it does make others feel uncomfortable. Because discomfort means that you are breaking expectations that people had on you. And that's a growth. Now let's talk about the reality of judgment. So I want you to really listen to this. If you think about judgment, like, let's be honest, people judge you regardless. Regardless. They will judge you when you're insecure. They will judge you when you're confident. They will judge you when you're starting something. And they will judge you when you are winning. So why are you worrying? Why are you worrying? They judge you anyway. They judge you anyway. So you cannot run away from judgment because they do it regardless. You need to understand that. You have two options. to that, okay? You live cautiously and still be judged, or you live boldly and you will be judged on your own terms. Either way, judgment is unavoidable. So in that case, you might as well build a life that excites you, right? Because for real, why would you worry what people think about you? This is such a time-wasting thing to do. This is crazy. And people waste a lot of time in that. And it's not only just the time, they also lose and waste dreams and goals because they are scared. They are scared. Are you living for yourself or are you living for them? Like, do you want to be 80, an old, bitter woman or a man, just because you didn't pursue your goals? Or just because you lived not the life that you wanted, but the life that everybody else wanted you to live? Is this where you want to be? Is this your goal? Is this the place you want to be? I really do not think so. So you better start to change that and start to not care what people think about you and just start to do what you want to do and start to decide for yourself and not what other people think and what other people want you to do. So stop doing it, stop caring what people think about it, and start to care what you think and what you want for yourself. Stop wasting your time. So now again, magnetism is not something you chase. It's something that you become. It's something that you unlock when you stop performing, stop explaining, stop seeking permission, or stop outsourcing validation. Instead, you start to focus on your path, protecting your energy, trusting your evolution, and honoring your authenticity. The moment you start to commit more to your alignment than to people's opinions and validations, approvals, your energy will shift. You stop chasing attention, and attention finds you naturally. You finally stop to force connections, and aligned people start gravitating towards you. You stop worrying about perception, and your presence becomes undeniable because real magnetism is loud. You can feel that. It's rooted. It's that quiet confidence of someone who knows exactly who they are and who refuses to abandon it just to be accepted. That, my beautiful people, is the energy that attracts everything that is meant for you. So focus on becoming and let magnetism handle the rest for you. That's all you have to do. So I wish you a very, very beautiful week. A lot of love, a lot of self-trust, a lot of good magnetic energy. And see you next time, beautiful soul.